Radio Raheem. Eddie, this is a journey that you've been on as well, the whole way. Obviously, 2 losses in a row, your flagship fighter. What is next for you in your mind as a promoter? And what do you say to Anthony Joshua immediately after the fight?
Well, as I said in the ring after, the key to life is happiness, you know? And at the end of the day, I just want him to be happy. He's given his whole life since he started to the sport of boxing. And people don't realise that what a bubble it is in the life and world of Anthony Joshua. You know, when everybody in the country knows who he is, everybody's got an opinion of who he is. He's in the gym all the time with his team. He's living up in Loughborough. He's away from home. You know, there isn't anyone I know that's more dedicated to the sport than him. And sometimes people don't understand the pressures that are on people's shoulders. But he's never ducked a challenge. He's never shirked the pressure. He's always tried to give his time for people, and he's always tried to inspire the next generation. He's been an amazing ambassador. For the first time in boxing, you see all these complete dickheads, many of them tonight on social media, that got too much to say for himself, that want to pretend they're good people, that actually aren't role models, that aren't ambassadors, that aren't people that I would want my kids to look up to. This is someone that I want my kids to look up to. For the first time, and that responsibility is a huge burden. And he's always felt that responsibility. If he's out in public, he gives everybody his time, right? He's one of the nicest guys you can ever meet. And he's a competitor. He's a winner. And when you don't win, and you see what you saw tonight was a raw emotion, a real person that was feeling the pressure, that wanted to win so badly. And people need to realize that you live in an online world where it's just opinions, stick, abuse. And he'll never tell you that the pressure, he sees that or he feels it. But it's impossible not to. So what I want to see is I want to see him happy. And I think what we want to see is we want to see him be active. Too many gaps between fights, too many stadium fights. You know, from the Dillian White fight at the O2 to Charles Martin at the O2 to Dominic Brazil at the O2 to Eric Molina at Manchester Arena to Vladimir Klitschko at Wembley Stadium to Carlos Takam at the Millennium Stadium to Joseph Parker at the Millennium Stadium to Alexander Povetkin at Wembley Stadium for Andy Ruiz at Madison Square Garden to Andy Ruiz in Riyadh to Kubrat Pulev at the O2 to Alexander Usyk at Tottenham Hotspur to Alexander Usyk. That is the run that Anthony Joshua has been on. No Tom Schwartz. No Sefer Sefer. No, I do. No, but I do, because you don't get the credit. No, but I'm going to give you the credit, because at the end of the day, you've had to step up to carry the sport in our country. It's true. You know, we've joked before. You said, God, I have to have all these tough fights. You saw people have these easy fights. You never had them. You never wanted them because you want to create a resume. Yeah, but because you're a fighter, you're a winner. You wanted to fight the elite. You fought the pound for pound, back to back, right? At Tottenham, you lost. Tonight, you lost a split decision to the best fighter in the sport. Everybody else would have vacated their WBO belt before the Tottenham fight. So I will say, because people take easy touches, fans moan about fighters ducking fights, taking easy touches. He's never taken an easy touch. And we should be very, very proud of him.
And Joshua, after the fight, it looked like you were leaving the ring. Like maybe you weren't going to do the interview. And then you turned around and came back in the ring and were a sportsman and gave a tremendous ambassador-esque speech. Can you talk to me about what happened in your mind that made you turn around and come back in the ring and what you were trying to say post-fight in that speech?
I just feel like when you try and do things from your heart, not everyone's always going to understand. And it was just from the heart, right? I knew I was mad, like at myself, not anyone, just at myself. So I thought, I've got to get out of here because I'm mad. Like, and like anyone, when you're angry, you might do stupid things. So I was mad. But then I realized, oh shit, this is sport. Let me do the right thing and come back. And then I just spoke from my heart. Like, it's been so tough. Like, you see AJ holding it together, yeah? And I'm a hustler, so I try and put things together. Like, I try to work hard, put things together, make sure my team's good. But it comes at a cost, like a big cost. And like sometimes it'll never break me, but it takes real strength for it not to break you. And tonight, like, there's a little crack in that armor because I took a loss, and I think you just saw me just upset. And with the speech, I was just speaking about where I'd come from. Like I was on the roads, like really, and I made a transition in boxing, and it really helped me change my life. You know, bring me closer to God, bring me closer to meeting so many amazing people. And I just kind of laid it all on the line with my speech. But listen, let's not forget about the champ Alexander Usyk. He put on a phenomenal performance as well. So credit to him. I can't remember what I said in the ring because it was just so passionate, but I just want to say thank you to him for taking part in a great historical fight as well. It takes two to tango, and I was just so upset.